Hi, my name is Lori Bennett. I am president and broker of record owner for Realty One Group Integrity Florida's new location located at 888 East Las Olas in downtown Fort Lauderdale. And today I have a very special guest with me on the line with me today. I have Wendy Rosenberg, who is a vice president of a title company called South Florida's Title Association. And Wendy, thanks a lot for being here today. I really appreciate it. Why don't you just maybe give me a little bit of more information about your company?
Sure. So I'm actually Vice President of South Florida Title Associates, the Sawgrass branch. I've been in the title business for over 25 years. We have bilingual processors and closers in our office. We also do short sales and refinances. We are located in Sunrise, but we can close anywhere in the state of Florida. We're also getting onboarded for RON closings, which are remote online notary closings. There's a lot of, information out there about the RON closings. Depends, can we do them? Depends on the lenders. A lot of lenders are not completely on board with it. So some of the closings can be hybrid, which means part RON notary, part wet signing, part in person. This is a whole new changing world for us.
Yes, yeah. With the COVID-19, it really has changed the face of real estate globally, for sure. One thing I wanted to just chat a little bit about the state of the Florida real estate market, particularly Broward County as well as Miami-Dade County. And while the COVID impact on Broward County real estate market has been difficult to predict, there's still been a huge, tremendous amount of growth in the market. Wouldn't you agree?
Absolutely. I'd say this past month, we have been very busy with closings. The closings, there's a lag between the closings and the contracts written. So this month, we've been closing all the contracts that were written in March. Yes, there have been some cancellations, but not as many as we would have thought. We've been really busy with closings. And along those lines, what we're doing to protect the parties that are signing is that we only have the signer that's allowed to come in and sign. No realtors, no mortgage brokers, no aunts and uncles, just the one person signing can come in and sign. They have to wear a mask. We wear masks and gloves, and our conference room is completely disinfected after each party signs.
Wow, that is amazing that you're taking care of those, efficiencies to make it safer for people, for the public. I understand, Broward County, as you mentioned, there's been still a big increase in overall sales, and single family homes did decrease by only 1%, but existing condo sales did go up 1.2% from last year. But the rise of the mid-market, luxury market, that's the interesting thing. Anything over $1 million and up, that has really fueled the increase of Broward County real estate. Wouldn't you agree?
Yes, I'm seeing a lot of buyers are out there. People are sitting on the sidelines and they're thinking that our price is going up or down. But I think that when we come to the other side of this, there's going to be a lot of activity in the market. And I don't think that we're going to see any huge drop in prices because sellers are sitting on their homes. So inventory has been lower and buyers are out there. So I think once we open up after this COVID-19, we're going to see a real boom in our market.
Yes, it's definitely a seller's market in Broward County and in Miami-Dade County. There's currently less than 6 months supply. There's currently 3.5 months supply of housing in Broward County. The luxury market, which I was alluding to earlier, it's actually jumped 18.3% over last year. So that's an amazing number. And the luxury market condos did decrease a little bit, but the home sales have really picked up. What about you for your title insurance and title company? Have you been doing mostly work with homes or condos or a bit of both?
We do a bit of both. We do homes, condos, and we're also doing quite a bit of refinances now. which tells you that a lot of sellers are staying put because interest rates are at historic lows. So a lot of people, sellers are choosing to stay in their homes and refinance, which is making the market tighter. So if it's a seller's market, the inventory is low. So don't think, that you're going to get a great deal necessarily. The buyers are out there. If you see something, don't wait because you think prices are going to go down, because I don't necessarily think that's going to be the case.
What about the access to mortgage loans? How do you think that this inhibits further growth of the existing market? Do you think it's harder to get a mortgage loan right now to qualify?
It depends on if the buyers are out there, if they still have their jobs. Unemployment is at record highs, but the buyers that have their jobs and have stable employment, I see that they're still getting loans. I don't really see much holdup in that. And this is a great time to buy. Interest rates are at historic lows.
Yeah, absolutely. The average interest rate right now is under 4%. It's about 3.3 to 3.5, depending.
The interest rate fluctuates every day, but it is definitely under 4%. And we have not seen steady interest rates under 4% like this in a very long time.
Can you explain, especially for like Canadian viewers, what the difference between a title company and a mortgage broker in Florida? Because in Canada, we have title insurance, but a title companies is a bit of a different thing. We have usually trust companies, real estate offices will hold money in trust for deals, and lawyers will as well. But this is a bit new to my Canadian viewers.
Sure, no problem. So every state is also different, and Florida title companies can conduct the closings. We act as the escrow agent, so we're going to hold the deposit. A lot of real estate offices no longer want to hold deposits for transactions because it's a lot of responsibility and escrow accounting and bookkeeping. So it's easier to just let the title company hold the escrow money, because it saves you bookkeeping, and that ultimately the funds are going to have to be transferred to us for closing anyway. So it saves a step instead of sending wire from the buyer to the real estate office and then the real estate office wiring the title company. It's just a wire straight to the title company into our escrow account, which is secured, protected. We can do essentially the entire closing. There are some states, like maybe New York, where only attorneys can do real estate closings, but in Florida, I would say probably a big majority of closings are handled by title companies. We review all the documents, we clear title, we order lien searches, title searches, and we conduct the closing and review all the documents with the buyers and the sellers. So essentially, we do what a lawyer can do as far as the closing process. We're not giving you any legal advice because we are not able to give you legal advice, but I've been in the title business for 25 years. I've probably did upwards of maybe 1,000 closings. So we know, we've seen it all, and we're very used to the process. And we've seen all the situations. I mean, you've never seen all the situations. There's something new coming out there.
You've never seen COVID, right? Yeah, no, that's one thing that you haven't seen, thankfully. That's terrific. Can you explain for my Canadian viewers what are some of the situations for Canadians buying real estate in Florida, and then the special taxes that they have to pay later after if they go to sell?
Okay, so I want to go back and clarify one other instance. You asked me the difference between a mortgage company and a title company. So
Yes.
A mortgage company is the company that gives you the loan. You'll go over the loan process with the mortgage company. That's the company that gives you the loan. You apply for the mortgage company, they approve you for the loan, and they handle the financing aspect. A title company, we make sure the title's clear. We do title search, lien search, and we prepare the documents together with the mortgage company. And a title company is where you have the final actual closing. So we're the ones that clear the title. We insure the title. So it's our job to make sure that you're getting clear, marketable title so that you know that the property is yours. Nobody can come knocking on your door 10 years from now and saying, hey, I have a title to that property, because we cleared it and we're responsible. The title company is responsible. If there are any issues with the title, you have a title policy that you can go back to and say, hey, you know, there was an issue here. It's title company's job to insure your title and make sure if there are any defects, that they overlooked anything or something was done fraudulently, that they're going to defend your right to that property. Now, as far as, I believe you're alluding to FIRPTA.
Exactly, so yes, FIRPTA.
That's a foreign investors property tax. So what that means is if you are not a US resident, you're a foreign national, Canadian resident, you're subject to a withholding tax, and that's called FIRPTA. So it's not, you get it back, essentially. It's a withholding tax. So because you're not a US resident, the government here can't collect their taxes on your sales of your property. So in order to make sure that the government collects any taxes due to them, they're imposing what's the withholding tax. And that's FIRPTA, and it's FIRPTA, Foreign Investment in Real Estate Property Tax Act. So it's a withholding tax. It's not a penalty. And a lot of times people think, you know, it's a penalty, but it's a withholding tax that you can get back a portion of it, or maybe all of it, depending on what your net profit in the property is. So if your property is under 300,000 and if you're the seller, okay, the tax is on the seller. If you're a Canadian buyer, you're not going to be taxed when you purchase the property. The tax comes when you sell the property. So as a buyer, you're not being taxed anything. It's the seller. When you go to sell, that's when you're going to have to deal with FIRPTA. And there are companies that will handle that FIRPTA for you. They'll help you get what's an ITIN number and a withholding certificate. So if you are ready to sell a property in Florida and you need help with a FIRPTA, just give Lori a call and she'll reach out to me and I'll be glad to help you with that.
Excellent. Yes, I definitely have lots of connections to get that taken care of, and using you for sure. You've been amazing since I've been here. Absolutely. So I just wanted to talk a little bit more about not just the Broward County, which is where Fort Lauderdale is located. And I also just wanted to, for our Canadian viewers, you might not be aware, Broward County, what that consists of is Fort Lauderdale, Deerfield, Hollywood, Hollandale, and Dana Beach. But then we have another big market, which is Miami-Dade. Miami-Dade is Miami-Dade. And that is a huge county of real estate. It's the largest county in the United States, I believe. Is that correct?
I believe, but I'm not 100% positive.
For the real estate board, I believe it is the largest county. But just talking about, COVID-19 and, the expected temporary impact of home sales, on a global level, of course, but there's still been a tremendous amount of business that's been happening in the Miami-Dade real estate board for transactions. Home sales have increased just under 1% year over year. And the Miami-Dade single-family home sales have increased 1.6% year over year. So, that's still on a rise from over last year, even though there's been this, this COVID-19 virus affecting, the global economy. Miami existing condo transactions did decline just under 1%. They're at 0.6% year over year, but there's been a tremendous amount of a rise of the mid-market again of homes a million and up transactions. They played an integral role of last month's increase in sales. The sales of a Miami between the 400 and 600K mark has increased 22.8% year over year. And the sales of Miami condos have increased, price ranges between 300 and 400K have increased 44%. That's incredible. And the luxury home market, that's jumped 17% for homes and 46%. 0.8% for condos for the luxury market. So even though we're, in a global pandemic, there's still been a tremendous amount of activity in the mid-market to the high-end market range. And would you like to comment a little bit about that?
So I was reading from the Florida Realtors. They put out a publication yesterday, and they said while sales might have declined, home prices remain solidly strong. The median existing home price for all housing types in March was $280,600, up 8% from March of 2019. So prices are continuing to rise here. March's national price increase marks 97 straight months of year-over-year gains. So wow. If you want to know if real estate is a good investment, the stats speak for themselves.
Yeah, it definitely really is. And I was on a call yesterday with the CEO, Teresa King Kinney of the Miami Association of Realtors, as well as the COO, Deborah Boza Valendor, and she's also the Chief Marketing Officer. And what they've done to help with the whole COVID-19 situation for the realtors, for myself and my team and all realtors in Florida, is they've come up with the South Florida OpenHouseSearch.com. So that's South Florida OpenHouseSearch.com. So this site is made, and it's just actually a work in progress. It's live now, but it'll be officially live in early May. And realtors like myself and my team and other brokerages will be able to upload virtual tours of our listings onto the site so that people can go on and search what they want to search. So it's just basically one big open house and you can just look, depending on your criteria and search like that. So you don't just have to go on MLS to look. This is just all of virtual tours. It's a whole site of virtual tours. Isn't that amazing?
That is amazing. And that's the way to go. Even a lot of the listings, when you're on the MLS, you can see they have a button for virtual tours now as well. It's just taking that whole thing one step further so people don't have to come down here, and you're able to do a virtual tour. And if you're comfortable with the realtor that you're working with and the virtual tour, maybe you can buy it without visiting it in person.
Yes, I have personally done transactions where people have not been present. I've actually done a virtual tour with my phone and on FaceTime, as well as sent virtual tours, and people have bought, sight unseen in person, just using technology. And that's the thing that's amazing. Today you and I, even though you live like just a few blocks away from here, you're in your condo right now, and I'm here. And because of Zoom and the technology that we have in place, it's been really instrumental in helping all of us realtors and mortgage brokers and title companies like yourself to be able to satisfy the needs of our buyers and our sellers. Just wanted to just talk a little bit more about what you have available. So if someone from, let's say, Canada or from another country was looking to make their initial steps to talk about buying real estate in Florida, because they're tired of being in their homes locked up in cold places in other parts of the world, what would be the first steps that they would want to do in terms of getting in touch with you? What would they need in place to have so that you could start the dialogue with them?
Well, if once you have a signed contract, we would get a copy of the signed contract and you'd need to make an escrow deposit. So you can send your escrow deposit by wire transfer. And that's one thing I wanted to clarify also. We leave off the last 4 digits of the account information for wire transfers because there's a lot of fraud with wire transfers. And don't, as a realtor, we always tell the realtors, do not forward wire instructions to your clients. The wire instructions need to come directly from the title company, and you need to always contact them on the phone to confirm the information because we want to protect you and your funds. So we're going to verify the wire instructions on the phone. We're going to email them to you, but we're always asking you to call us to confirm them. So once we get the escrow deposit, then we're going to send you an information sheet asking, how you're going to take title, if you're a U.S. resident, if you're going to be physically present for the closing, or if it's going to be a mail away. So if you're out of state or out of the country, we can conduct a mail away closing. If you're a cash buyer, there's nothing that needs to be witnessed or notarized. All we do is email you the documents, few documents. It's maybe 4 or 5 documents. You sign them, scan them, and send them back to us. And it's, you wire your funds for closing, and it's a piece of cake, basically.
That's amazing. So you utilize like technology like DocuSign to do these types of
Not DocuSign. We send you the documents, you sign them and scan them back.
Okay.
Now we're requiring wet signatures moving forward. Yes, DocuSign is becoming acceptable, but it's not 100% in place. But it's, it's just as easy to sign and scan and send back. Mm-hmm. If you're getting a loan, that's another case. We're getting onboarded to do virtual closings, but not all lenders are accepting them. It depends on your lender. Some of the lenders are still requiring wet signatures. Most of them still want a wet signature on the note, which you can always wet sign the note and FedEx it back to us. So, there are ways. And actually, what happened in Florida was January 1st, the governor signed a bill allowing remote online notary closings. So it only became first allowed in Florida January 1st. And everybody was kind of gradually easing into it. And once COVID hit, it's been a rush to get everybody set up for the platform. But there's a lag between acceptance by mortgage companies and counties and moving forward with it. So it will happen. And I'd say in the next couple months, probably half the closings will be virtual.
Okay. That's terrific. Okay. So again, Wendy Rosenberg is the Vice President of South Florida Title Associates. And I'm going to just give you to the viewers, her office number is 954-642-8888. And Wendy, do you mind me giving your cell out? Is that okay?
Not at all, but if you dial my office, you have to dial my extension, which is 6003. And actually my cell is really the best way to reach me because I'm in and out of the office. So go ahead, give my cell, that's fine.
954-494-7030. So you can reach Wendy on her cell, the easiest. And your email address, maybe you can give you your email address.
Okay, I'll give you my easy one. I have a company email address, but my easy one is wrtitle@aol.com. That's the easiest one to reach me out. And if I have to send anything secure, I use my company email.
Okay, terrific. That's great. And so again, my name is Lori Bennett. I'm the real estate broker, owner, and president of Realty One Group Integrity Florida. And my direct line is 954-895-6789. That's my cell phone. That's the easiest way to reach me. But you can always call 954-998-1098. And it's been a real pleasure to have you on this call today, Wendy. And let's do more of these. I think this is a really great way to go. Okay.
Sounds great. Thank you. And
Okay.
it's a pleasure
Thank
to work
you.
with you.
Okay. Have a great day. Okay. Thank
Yes.
you.
Bye bye.
Bye. Bye-bye.